Hello, good afternoon. It is Eric, the Big E Arnold here in the Sports Barn on this Tuesday, the 8th of, I never get this right, the 7th of September, and we're bringing you, we have two free MLB picks for today, just two, but they are free, and you know what? They might actually win because we're actually pretty good at baseball, believe it or not. I crunched the numbers on my record on our guest handicapper who pretty much on a daily basis makes his picks in the comments. If you're new, Pittsburgh Louie. So I do this on Monday, but we were so far behind yesterday, I just skipped it. You know, it actually takes time to, keep these records and move the spreadsheet around and add it all up, and it actually takes some time. But it is valuable to do that, not just so I can inform you that I'm winning, but for your own purposes, so you can keep track of, is that working? Am I doing well? Am I doing poorly? Do I need to change something? So keeping records, any gambler that's worth anything will tell you, you got to keep records. That helps you win. So, at any rate, there's a free tip for you. My season-to-date record, 28 and change units, almost 29 units to the good. A unit, that's whatever you commonly bet, your standard unit. If you bet $50 a game, that's your unit. If you bet $10 a game, well, that's your unit. For purposes of my little chart here, a unit's $100. So, we would be upwards of $2,900 to the good this season, or whatever. So, real happy with that. I think, we started out, had a bad start to the season, but since about, mid-May, we've been hot. And feel good about it. So Pittsburgh Louie, he's back on the winning track. He had gotten off to a hellacious start, then really cooled off. He was down as low as 14 units to the good, but now he's back up again and 23 units to the good. So between the two of us, 40, 50 units to the good here in the Sports Barn for this baseball season. May try to capitalize on this next season. Just try to really build up some momentum or something, because I think that's pretty good. I'm not sure how many other channels you can go to and say, wow, what a record. So I'll see if I can hold him off before the end of the season. I would kind of like to wear the title of best handicapper on my own channel. So we'll do what we can to, I'll probably just do it. He never checks my plays before he makes his selections. That's what he tells me. So he always makes his choices independent of what I do. However, I am lucky enough or have paid attention enough that I have an idea which way he goes sometimes. So I can always pick like Robbie Ray the rest of the season, because I know he's on Robbie Ray every last time he pitches for the Toronto Blue Jays. So that's one way I can keep my lead. So we'll see. What else is going on? We had our college football game last night. That was a big loser. I hate I hate these week one games where you're simply guessing. And I told you that. I was guessing. Hey, let's face it. I pretty much within the first quarter, I knew, this is a dead bet. And I don't live bet. That's certainly something you can get into. And they make you pay for it, I'm sure. I'm sure the VIG on that is incredibly hateful. But, there might be times where you have an advantage. There was a play in that first quarter where after I believe Mississippi went right down the field, touchdown, 90-yard, no interference, no resistance, just rolled right through the Louisville like the Nazis ran through the Low Country in 1940. That made me a little nervous, but when I knew I was dead was watching Louisville's offensive line trying to block Mississippi. It was like, this is an embarrassment. I mean, Mississippi is so much bigger and stronger than these guys. 4th and 1, and Louisville's going to go for it because they've managed to get the ball to about midfield or a little further. And Louisville's offensive guard just got completely jacked up in the air by the D tackle, just thrown off balance, off his feet, toss. This kid's probably, the Louisville guard probably weighs 300 pounds. And that Mississippi tackle just tossed him like a rag doll. And I thought, we're in big trouble here. These guys are very much stronger than my team. Right there, I probably should have gone into my sport book and said, okay, what can I do to live bet my way out of this bet? What can I do to counteract what I've already screwed up? Because I'm wrong. This is wrong. Mississippi's going to kill these guys. What do I got to do here? Sometimes you misread things and you saw a play and you thought it signified one thing. I mean, I remember one time I was certain I had the wrong side of a game. It was LSU was playing Miami, and Miami had an early lead, and LSU's quarterback just looked completely, it was like his first start ever. He looked a deer in the headlights, just didn't look good. And I thought, I got to get out of this bet. I got no chance here. I got no chance. And I held my water, and then it turned out, of course, the quarterback I had was Joe Burrow. And lo and behold, he wasn't just a scared little skinny white kid. He was actually really, really good. And then I won the bet easily. So sometimes I guess when you're live betting, you got to be careful about just automatically assuming you're wrong. Well, I was wrong definitely in this Louisville game. Hat tip to Barwick, who is posting in the comments section. So we appreciate his comments. He had the under. Looked a little dicey there at the end. Mississippi driving, but I guess at a certain point, if you just keep scoring. I wonder if they just kept going if Kiffin had been on the sideline, if he would have been, provided cover for the assistant coaches, like, don't worry, boys, I'll take the heat. We're going to get 50. Don't worry about it. If he would have provided the cover and they would have just kept going until they scored, because they were going to score. It just was a matter of time. What else is going on before we get to the two baseball picks? Here's a political point. Now, if you can make heads or tails out of this, put it in the comment section. I haven't given a lot of thought to this as to why or what's going on here. I think this was in the New York Post. You know who George Soros is. He's a well-renowned elite master of the universe, well-renowned Marxist bad guy. He wrote an op-ed. I thought it was in the New York Post. It may have run in a number of publications. A leading elitist Marxist wants to put an op-ed out there. A lot of publications are going to pick it up. Well, he was calling out BlackRock, and if you don't know what that is, again, another huge elite hedge fund banking organization. A lot of people have noted that BlackRock is one of the reasons why nobody can buy a house right now for anything reasonable, because they've got this gigant wallet of rich people's money, and they're running around the world buying up property because everyone expects inflation to go through the roof. And if you're left holding United States dollars, they're going to be worth half tomorrow what they're worth today. So everybody wants hard assets. So BlackRock is running around buying up property left, right, up, down. And BlackRock's run by Marxists. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. The Democrat Party, those kind of guys. So here, Soros, in his op-ed piece in the media today, is decrying BlackRock apparently is pouring a bunch of money into China, that they're investing a bunch of money into China. And Soros is saying that's bad. I'm thinking, what's the angle here? All you guys are on the same page. You're all on the same team. BlackRock, China, Soros, they're all on the same team. So I don't know what his angle is there, this Democrat on Democrat conflict, as far as him saying BlackRock investing in China is bad and is against the United States national security interests. It's like, well, yeah, but why do you care? I mean, that's the first time you would have given a shit about the United States national security, George Soros. So I haven't tried to figure it out yet as to what his angle is there. I just thought that was interesting. Look that up. If you know the answer, hey, tell me. I'm always wanting to be enlightened. All right, baseball. Let's get to the two picks here today. We couldn't come up with anything yesterday. We're trying to resettle ourselves. But we're going to go with the Reds. I said something about never picking or trying to catch a falling knife. I don't know that applies here. The Cubs are hot, so never step in front of a speeding train. I don't know that one's the case. I don't think the Cubs are that good. This is just not a good team. Now, they've won 7 in a row. Does that make them good? I don't know. I think they're just kind of riding an improbable, random streak at the moment. Maybe they weren't as bad as they appeared to be after the trade deadline. I don't think they're as good as they're appearing at the moment either. There's a lot of close wins in there. The Reds, they weren't playing good baseball. Now they've just kind of taken a breather. They're stumbling around a little bit. They're right there for the playoffs. Man, they are right there. They just got to do their goddamn job. They got their best pitcher going tonight, probably their best player overall, Wade Miley. Chuck told me this name, and I was drunk, and I wasn't really listening to him. I listen to every third word he says. That's not true, Chuck. I just threw that out there to tweak you. I think he's called the Blade. Wade Miley, the Blade. I probably fucked that up, but I thought that's what he said to me. So that's a pretty cool name. So he needs to do his job today. He won good last time out, but he only threw maybe 60-some pitches. So I think at this point in the season, that'll be a welcome kind of rest, if you will. That short run before your big, long run, if you're in a marathon type training program. That's kind of what that is. You don't want to throw 120 pitches, and then next time out you're expected to win that game unless you're, a 70s pitcher, where they all did that. So I think the short outing last time out, that'll give Miley some air. That'll give him some energy. I think he's going to be primed for a big effort today. They need it. I mean, they need him to stand out there and do his job for 8 innings, get those guys out, keep the Reds bullpen in the bullpen because they stink. And we're going to say that's going to happen. So maybe the Reds actually find their bats a little bit. Somebody hits the ball hard occasionally. They may have gotten in all home run happy where all they want to do is hit home runs. Got to keep the train moving. You got to keep the line moving. Got to get some singles. Got to get some walks. So hopefully the Reds will score some runs. We're going to lay the price. I don't think it's too hateful. It's a little annoying, but it's not too hateful. So we're going to say the Reds and Wade Miley get it done today. And then the other pick, that's the Athletics. It's getting late early for these guys. They had a real bad stretch there in Toronto. They've had a day off since then to kind of, just reset and say, okay, what do we got to do here? We're not out of it, although we're close to out of it. They need a good week of baseball. That's what they need. They need to go 6-1 this week. If they can do that, they're right back in it. They've got a lot of games left with the teams they're chasing, the Astros, the Mariners. So they can still get into the playoffs. The White Sox haven't wrapped up. They've got nothing to play for. I think this sets up for a good spot for the A's. They're at home. They have a very good home field advantage, always have. Weird stadium, sun fields, huge foul territory that nobody's used to. So this feels real good here for the A's. That's where we're going to go there. So those are our two plays, the Reds, the Athletics. We like that. Got a huge slate of college football. NFL kicks off Sunday. We're going to get you picks. There are going to be picks. There are going to be a lot of picks. I just don't know when we're going to do it. If it's going to be all of them on Friday. I'm tempted to make the Thursday pick for you right now, just because I know what it is. I guess we'll just hold that and maybe throw it on to tomorrow's or Thursday's video. The NFL one on Thursday just jumped right out at me, but I'll hang on to it, and we'll do that in a subsequent video. Hey, good, great. Yeah, we're getting into it now. Now it's getting to be, it's the sports season, if you will, the big time sports season. So let's all have some fun. Let's have some fun. Let's gamble. Let's bet. Let's win, hopefully. And we'll see you, I don't know, probably tomorrow. Hit the like button. Eric Arnold, signing off.